Here is the case that Ripple put together against the SEC. Last-minute changes in the markets kept me from giving you an update on the case. Instead, I got one of the most positive reports I've ever gotten. I'm going to talk to you about everything that has happened to you in your life. Everything is ready for the chart. These markets are about to blow up, and I'll give you a quick rundown of when it will happen. These schedules will be the most exact you've seen in the cryptocurrency market during the rise of Bitcoin. It was getting uncomfortable for me at this point. As I already said, the temperature dropped to exactly 57 to 60 degrees Celsius. There really is a scam. Wick, I think we held around 56, but I'm not sure. I was off by a little. That's fine. That's okay. These markets are going to crash. Yes, XRP is our GNA cover. Yes, of course, we will talk about Bitcoin, more especially Solana, which recently did better than BNB, and BN is now ready to pass it. BNB is giving up. BNB even wants to put Ethereum on the market. Solana is on fire. It has gone up by 30%. I made the call because it had gone up 33% in 30 out of 90 days. Solana, which is selling at about 120 right now, has made a lot of progress. It's not done yet. We're going to go up even more. In the year 25300, we'll see more than $1,000. Solana, let's end our conversation. Everyone, please take a seat and relax. Let's start. You're about to get a treat like no other. $7,000 Bitcoin, $951 the price of Ethereum right now is $3,279. It's gone up 4.78% in the past 24 hours. Besides that, it has gone up by 4.79%. The USDC is now worth 99 cents, which means it is back below the XRP. But guess what? It has somehow climbed and clawed its way back to that 60-cent mark, which is now where the XRP is. It works hard to keep this level. We want our next search to be one we'll never forget. At the moment, 75 cents is the only thing that controls the $244 billion altcoin market cap. To put it simply, XRP makes a lot of money every month. Do you really need to be in the crypto emergency room? The presenter, Robbie Mitchneck, is expected to share the video. Robbie Mitchneck, get this out. This is where I tried my hand at XRP. He called it a shitcoin, of course. Indeed, what do you think he will achieve at the Bitcoin conference? It would be like praising him at a great meeting where everyone calls him out for being a jerk. That's not going to happen. What do you think about XRP? The only reason they talk about XRP is because it scares them. In Robbie, Minnesota, you can probably see people, or cut out the parts where he's just laughing. It was this stupid Bloomberg panel host who said it, not Robbie. Thank you. I need to hear everything now. In fact, the asset in question comes with some risks, especially since the environment is still young and future rules on adoption are hard to predict. In the real world, problems like banking crises, global unrest, inflation deficits, debt, and currency depreciation are much more common than these worries and risk factors. When you think of Bitcoin as an object that doesn't have a counterparty and doesn't depend on the wealth of a country, you can see how scarce it is. You're starting to notice this thing. People see Bitcoin as a possible safety net in some of these other situations. When people add this risk to the risk framework, they don't take into account its details, which I value highly. Now, Lookie makes some really smart points in this conversation. The man from Bloomberg is the one in gray, by the way. He was the one who stupidly tried to invest in XRP, but he's not the only one. Smart people are looking for other options because their money is about to lose value, which is why they're looking into cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. That being said, they aren't even thinking about any other coin. I just wrote down the Bitcoin information I want you to write down, which you can then connect to your fridge. The videos on this channel are already known to you. In terms of the full send, I hope you are ready. What do I mean by this right now? First, please look at the Bitcoin chart. At first, we expect a rise and breakthrough between 68,000 and 74,000. The move is almost ready to happen, maybe in early September. Bitcoin, don't you believe I'm real? Before we go on, let's quickly look at this. Here before moving on. Even though you might not have noticed, Greg says that the most positive sign in Bitcoin history recently showed a buy. The cross ribbon, this week's signal, has a 14-0 record over the last 14 years. Check the hash rate, which shows that miners are giving up on Bitcoin. Since the price of Bitcoin has dropped, it's harder for them to pay their bills, which is why most of the time they quit. Because of this, there has always been a strong link between the price of Bitcoin now and its hash rate in the past. I talked with Keith for a short time. Here is a graph that shows how popular Bitcoin was yesterday. As it turns out, Bitcoin is about to become very popular. We will have a lot of power. You won't be able to send money until Bitcoin becomes more popular. It fits in this blue box. Watch out for when Bitcoin will start to take over again. Does this mean that the price of Bitcoin won't make the prices of your other coins go up? Maybe, but it also means that those crazy, ludicrous changes won't happen across the whole coin market. They might happen in the future, though. We take a break in December, we take a look at what Key sends us and the full Bitcoin dominance picture to see if it starts to go down. Until then, now is the best time for Bitcoin to do well. Just like Bitcoin has always had its time, adults will have their time to shine and run in 2025. That's it, let's go. Take a look at this chart, and then let's go back. Do you see those yellow lines? People? Looking at the current Bitcoin run and the last Bitcoin run side by side. In Keith's charts, what do the yellow lines mean? This red line shows that something is about to happen. Pay attention to the red diagonals, the move is still the same. This is what we're looking at. The next rise in Bitcoin follows this trend. We are about to get into the 86 to 96,000 level. It's an easy plan, so just write this. Please wait. This is not going to be hard to understand or do. I promise that Bitcoin will go soaring in the middle of August or the first week of September. It will be one of the most bullish things you've ever seen. After that, something will be fixed. It won't be a correction like a black swan. Instead, it will be a correction where we may go back to where we are now, or even a little higher. That will keep happening until around November, at which point the downturn will be over. It will go on from November to March. Our attention will be on these markets. Complete win. And this could be the point where the other teams give us a nice run. At this point, as you already know, some of your options start to bring in. 3, 6, 20, 50x is fine. Finally, tax time has come. People started to think that was the end of the tax season at this point, so things slowed down. Cryptocurrency has already gone through its bull run. People should no longer ignore it, sell it, or get rid of it. That's when the parabolic blow-off tops began to happen. The markets began to go through the roof, and many people who had never thought they'd retire did so because of the market. If you sit back and watch, you will see something you have never seen before in your life because these markets are so ready. The amount of money that is about to flood the cryptocurrency markets and the amount of money that is about to come from banks is enough to send your bag to the moon and send you into retirement while you sit still. You can't stop shaking, and you don't know what's going on. It's important to have a backup plan for when the zeros start to show up on top of your coin. You need to have an over-the-counter setup and know when to leave because of this. The market will drop sharply and quickly if you don't take gains. I'm getting rid of all of my cryptocurrency. When the markets go down, I'll buy more. It's really that simple, people.